Let's get into the details of India's first practice session that took place in Dubai ahead of India's first match in the Asia Cup. Now, this first practice session that took place, it lasted for 4 hours. It started at 5 in the evening, went on till 9 in the evening. Now, let's get into the details of what exactly is it that the players did across these 4 sessions. Also, let me lay down the premise for you. There was everyone, every support staff member, every player, be it a batter, bowler, everyone, the entire unit was there, and there was only one directive that had come in from Adrian Leroux, which is we don't go full throttle, 75% intensity. That is something that was reminded to the players during the warm-up. That is something that was that he kept saying as the session wore on as well. But there were a couple of players that did not pay heed to this particular directive, and I'll come to those two players in just a bit. Let's first talk about the batters who hit the nets first. It was your entire batting order, the top 5 that I can think of. So Shubman Gill, Suryakumar Yadav, Abhishek Sharma, Tilak Verma were all seen practicing in tandem, and all of them spent a minimum of 30 hours. In fact, for a couple of them, it ended up being an extended batting session as well. The bowlers, though, as I said, did not go full tilt. But before I come to the bowlers, let's talk about the two players who are fighting for the wicket-keeper batter slot in this team, Sanju Samson and Jitesh Sharma. Sanju Samson, between the two, had a longer batting session. However, he wasn't seen doing wicket-keeping drills. The one who was seen doing those drills was Jitesh Sharma. So not only did he do basic wicket-keeping drills, he also did some footwork drills, and he also did some catching drills as well. So between the two, as far as a keeper is concerned, Sanju Samson wasn't seen in action that much. But I will not delve too much into this or read too much into this, because Sanju Samson comparatively has had greater workload, because remember, we saw him play in the Kerala Cricket League, and he played about four odd matches, if memory serves me right. So perhaps that was one of the reasons why Sanju Samson did not do a lot of wicket keeping drills in this first session or practice session of India's that took place. Now let's talk about the bowlers. All of them were there. So there was Arshdeep who was there, Harshit Rana was there, Jasprit Bumrah was also there, Hardik Pandya was also seen bowling around, Kuldeep, all of your spinners, pacers, basically everyone was there. Shivam Dube was also, by the way, seen marking his run up and bowling a few deliveries. Mone Walker kept a very close eye on him. The idea was to see if he's getting his rhythm right and he has his action in place. As far as the speed is concerned, there wasn't too much worry about that. But talking about who was really cranking it up, it was Hardik Pandya and Shubman Gill, the two players, I said, who did not pay heed to that directive of not going full throttle were perhaps these two, because time and time again it was seen that the two were really steaming in and darting in those deliveries. There was some banter in fact going on between Shubman Gill and Jasprit Bumrah as well. And that banter was to be seen all along the session. In fact, Jasprit Bumrah managed to beat him on a couple of occasions with a nip backer or two. So that is it as far as India's first practice session is concerned. Not a lot to read into, and like I said, this was just a first session, so I'm not going to be passing a judgment as to who makes it to the 11, who doesn't make it to the 11. But what is it, given the information that I've shared with you, you think could possibly be India's makeup in that first match of the Asia Cup that will take place on the 10th of September? You let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today if you like what we do over here.